breeze and severe gale 9 for a time. Expected summers. Rain, showers, time, south and southwest, occasionally gale 8 for a time. Rain for a time. Good. Okay.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to StormRider, the channel where I talk about G-Shocks, I talk about exercise, and I talk about a few random things in between. First of all, I just want to say that this video is going to be primarily around the subject of tough solar on G-Shocks or battery life. And the reason why I'm talking about this specifically is because it is at least in the top 2 or 3 topics which people comment on in the comments of my videos, if not the #1 topic that they comment on. So I thought I'd give some kind of experience-based thoughts on this. And yeah, it's going to give some feedback based on using both the non-tough solar watches like the GG-B100 and the GA-2100, plus the classic tough solar watches I have here, like the GW-G-1000, the Rangeman, and the Metal Square, the GMW. Now, I think the first thing to say, well, first of all, actually, let's just apologize for the background noise. It's a lovely day outside. I'm getting some vitamin D, which I'm worshipping the sun at the moment, let's say. So any opportunity I get, I'd be out here. So it is a bit noisy in the background. There's a little bit of construction going on. But yeah, bear with me, and hopefully you'll still get some useful information out of the video. Okay, first and foremost, I want to talk about the GWG-1000. Now, you'll have seen on the video I posted a couple of days ago, this had actually gone, the battery had died. It was basically coming up with a note here saying charge. I'll put some imagery of that or videos of that. I'll splice it into this video now to show you. Now, the reason why that was is because I purposefully left the watch in the dark, not used it, and essentially tried to drive the battery to drain out. Now, I was successful. However, I was successful only after between 3 and 4 months. So I would go back every now and again, open up the watch in the dark, and I would see it was still medium for a lot of it, and then towards the end it got low, and it was low for a very short amount of time, maybe about a week, and then suddenly it died. Now, the main point I want to make about that is it took a concerted effort to get it to that position. I don't think there's a use case where many people would realistically have that situation where they are in the dark and have zero ability to charge their watch whatsoever via the sun or via light, because we know these watches don't just charge via the sun, they charge via the light in the non-natural light in a room as well. Anyway, I think it's unlikely that's going to happen. It may happen for some people who specifically operate in the night only and don't get to go outside much. However, you could always put the watch on the windowsill, and that would be a very effective way of charging it. We know this watch doesn't need, any of these watches need direct sunlight either for them to charge. Anyway, the second point on the GWG-1000 is that yes, it was fully, the battery was fully died, it was not operating, both the hands were pointing up towards the 12 o'clock mark there, and yeah, nothing would happen. Now, I didn't actively go and charge it straight after that. I then just had it in the room, in the front room, where some natural ambient light came in, but it definitely wasn't lying in the direct sun or anything like that. Now, 2 days later, I just want to show you this because it's very interesting to me and quite unexpected. 2 days later, if I press this button, it goes back and shows you M time. I hope you saw that. I'll do one more time. M time. M means battery is medium charged. So what that has done is taken this watch from 0 charge to medium charge in 2 days without even trying. Again, it was not outside, not in direct sunlight. To me, that says the watch is incredibly good at capturing light, charging the battery, and therefore, as I say, if I hadn't been actively trying to decharge it, I don't think I would have ever gotten that scenario. So that is the GWG-1000 covered. I absolutely love this watch. as everyone knows, it's my kind of extreme adventure. You know, if I'm doing things where I'm really going to knock my watch about, this is the one that I will generally plump for, and it's the zombie apocalypse watch, as I've said a few times. Now, onto my bespoke Rangeman. This is the very, for me, one rather special because I've actually designed it myself in terms of found the carbon fiber strap from a limited edition model, again from the GW-9400, and put it on here. It looks very nice in my opinion. I really love this watch and I wear it a lot. The carbon strap is incredibly comfortable. This watch, the main point about this watch is that I've never purposefully went to charge it at all. And you'll see, if I get it in here, you'll see the high is highlighted here. So again, yes, I take this on a lot of bike rides at the moment. I'm outside a lot, so it doesn't surprise me that it's high. But I would say that it's through no purposeful active effort that I'm charging this and it's staying high. So again, this is doing exactly what it should be doing. Zero maintenance, zero efforts, zero, oh, I must remember to put this on the windowsill to make sure that it's happy in terms of the battery. And yeah, it's doing absolutely great. No complaints there. So that's the Rangeman covered. Now the final Tough Solar watch I want to cover is the metal square, the GMW. So what I'm going to do is quickly sync this to my phone. So Bluetooth goes on, I open the GShock connected app, which you can see, and then all you do to get on the GShock connected app once Bluetooth is enabled is you press this button here for 3 seconds. You'll see CNCT blink, and very quickly, here we go, you can see the phone is syncing now. It's so easy to get that connection. I've said it time and time again, I absolutely love GShock connected app. So this is one of the reasons why I love GShock connected app. You see the information on the watch is mirroring the information on the phone exactly. That's how you make sure you have the right time down to the second, that you have the right time zone without any effort or fiddliness. And that is, to me, just brilliant. That's what watches should be about. Now, importantly, up here for this video, you can see there is a, let's call that a 50% charge. Yeah, let's call it a 50% charge. So away goes the phone. The point about this is that, by the way, that is the only way you can check how charged this battery is from the Tough Solar. You can't check it on the watch itself. It's one of the points where, personally speaking, I think there could be an enhancement to it. On most of these Tough Solar watches, you press the hold down the bottom left button or the C button for a couple of seconds, and it tells you, like it did with the GW-G1000, where the charge is. But no, on here you have to sync it with the GShock connected app to do that. Now, my point about this watch is that, again, I only really use it at the moment in an office environment and meetings. So the only time it really goes outside is if I'm walking to and from the car, not very often. I'm doing no proactive, active charging of the Tough Solar, and it's doing absolutely great. So again, no complaints, no issues, and the watch is doing what it should without any maintenance or forethought from myself. So that ticks the box as well. Success. So they're the 3 solar-based watches I wanted to cover in this video. Now, time and time again, people are asking about this GG-B100 and how long the battery will last for. The general consensus is that based on typical use, you'll get about 2 years out of the battery. Of course, it's hard to say exactly when that 2 years will be up. It may well be a lot longer than 2 years if you don't use specific battery draining functions like the compass, I imagine, the Connect app, the very bright backlight, which you can just about see at the bottom here, even in this relatively bright sun, barometer, temperature. These things will use the battery a bit more. But yeah, you may well get more than 2 years out of it. Of course, if you buy the watch and new, but it's been out the factory for some time, i.e. it's been sat in the shop for a while, yes, there's every chance that the battery won't last that long either. However, I don't think that's a major factor. I think it's fair to say that the main thing to do is not overthink the battery element of this. They're designed by Casio. Casio don't mess around. Casio don't provide things that, you know, are going to lose battery charge after a few months. They are the professionals. They are the, you know, dominators in this world of electronics and, you know, battery life and watches. Don't overthink it. If you love the watch, get it. And you got the comfort in the fact that as I understand it, you get a low battery readout in the LCD display in good time, so you're not caught out or surprised if the battery does go low. Now, I haven't seen that, and I can't find an image of it on the internet either, because effectively no one's had that happen to them yet. I think this watch has been out for about a year. Maybe the early adopters got it about a year ago. I got mine a little bit later, maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago. So there's no images of that happening because no one's battery, I assume, has run out yet. But yes, just don't overthink it. Keep it. Use the functions as it's supposed to be. Don't, you know, say, okay, I'm going to make sure that the backlight is only on the 1 or 1.5 second option rather than 3 seconds, things like that. I think that's unnecessary. G-Shocks are here to be great functional watches, and it's a shame if people aren't using the functions because of concerns about the battery. You'll not get caught out. You'll get good time, a good notice to change the battery, and you can enjoy your G-Shock to its full potential. So that's the GG-B100. And then finally, I just wanted to talk about the GA-2100. You guys all know this is my kind of smart casual darling. I absolutely love it. It's so lightweight and comfortable, and it's just simple. And sometimes I just like the simplicity of it. Now, what I would say is that the battery life of this is probably, it's going to be like one of those classic Casios that can probably go on for almost, you know, a decade without changing the battery, although don't quote me on that. But it's got such little functions. It basically just tells the time, got a date. Yes, it's got a, you know, the world time option, and a rudimentary stopwatch, and of course the hands and the date here on the left. But ultimately, it's just a really simple watch, and I'd imagine that you can notice if the LCD screen starts to fade slightly. That might be time to change the battery. But again, don't overthink it. These watches are made to be enjoyed and used, and honestly, the effort and cost of changing a battery for something like a Casio G-Shock is not bad at all. I'd recommend taking it to a dealer, giving it to them, and they'll get it done for you probably there and then. And then you don't have to worry about warranties or anything like that. The other thing I'd say is just that with all these watches, just remember, just look in this selection of watches here. You have an incredible amount of technology, capability, quality, and they're incredibly good looking watches as well. Now, the maintenance for all of these watches to date, some of which I've had for about, how long is that now? Is it seven years? No, about 5, 6 years. I'm not showing it here, but my Mudman, I've had it for over 10 years now. The total maintenance cost for all these watches here, 0, nothing. I've paid nothing to maintain these watches. Number of batteries I've had to change in all of the G-Shocks that I own, including my Mudman, Zero, nothing. Nothing has been changed. I don't think people need to overthink the battery as much as they do. These things are meant to last, they're meant to be virtually zero maintenance, and in my pretty extensive experience with G-Shocks, I've been wearing them for about 35 almost years now. They are absolutely live up to their objective, which is low maintenance, ease of use, quality, dependence, reliability. And that's why I love them. I have had some watches which I've mentioned in the past, beautiful watches, dress watches, mechanical, and you know, they've stopped telling the accurate time up until I've sent them away for a service. And that service costs a few $100s. In my opinion, that's not the point of a watch. I'm a pretty active guy. I want to keep my watches accurate without having to think about it or worry about it. These are the watches that do that. So I will stop my I'll stop this video now. I mean, I think you get the message. Enjoy them, don't overthink it. And to be honest, if the battery does go, it's a nice little fun challenge to think about how to fix it, and you'll probably see that it was absolutely nothing to be worried about. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Please subscribe and like if you haven't done already, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.